Brian Higgins' leadership, the federal prison population has increased 30%, and half of all the inmates are there because of drug offenses. 12% of the drug offenses are due to marijuana. It's time to end the expensive, destructive, and pointless war on marijuana users, including cancer and glaucoma patients. It's wasted over $1 billion a year and draws too many to our young people into the life of crime in the area lacking in job opportunities. I saw some of these lawsuits this morning in Part 1 while I was sitting at the city court. I saw an endless, depressing stream of lost youth whose schools failed them, whose communities failed them, whose politicians failed them. When schools don't educate, when politicians turn urban areas into economic dead zones, when the best job opportunities available to young people is selling marijuana or stolen car parts, we see those failures in Part 1 of our criminal court, and ultimately, those sad, lost, and broken youths end up behind me in this prison right here. I can't solve all these problems at once, but the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Today, that step is ending the silly, stupid, destructive, pointless, and expensive war on marijuana. They even made up propaganda terms for it, marijuana, to help sell their war. When George Washington and Thomas Jefferson grew it, they called it hemp. Hemp is an amazing plant that has hundreds of beneficial industrial and medical uses. Continue the process. Marijuana, legal or not, it's always going to be around. So might as well make it legal, create an economy, create a tax base, and let's move forward.
Why do you think Brian Higgins has refused to speak up on this issue?
Brian Higgins refuses to speak up on a lot of issues. The only thing Brian Higgins wants to talk about is these 2 square miles. He doesn't want to talk about the youth in the East Side, or South Side, or Black Rock, or Niagara Falls. He's got no knowledge of what's happening into the streets. He's been in office for almost 28 to 30 years. He forgot what it's like to be out here. Our kids today are being labeled for no reason, victimized.
And would you support legislation at either the federal or state level that expunges current marijuana convictions and historic?
I think that was, all my life I believed it was not a crime. And I think those people that are in there for nonviolent due to marijuana should be out of jail today, not tomorrow.
Oils, foods, bricks, plastic, ropes,
And you can
creams.
make biodegradable plastic out of hemp?
Out of hemp, you can make biodegradable plastic. You can make biodegradable biofuel. 1 acre create 300 gallons of fuel.
I don't think most people realize how many uses there are for marijuana and for hemp. For instance, most people think, well, you can make clothes out of it. They've seen clothing and textiles, but it's much beyond that.
Way beyond that. You could even do a sidewalk
How do you do a sidewalk?
with hemp. It strengthens the concrete. It'll last you maybe another 5-6 times longer than the average sidewalk does today. Hemp has so many potentials that we left it aside. We made it against the law and stopped its investigating what we can create out of it. Mm-hmm. Other countries are utilizing it for many, many things. Our big boys are afraid of it. The oil industries, the gas, national grid, power industries, natural gas industries, they gotta sell you those first. But if you want to go green, if most of the world wants to go green, what is safer? Hemp, not only to the oil, you can turn that into heating fuel without any disturbance to nature.